We left the Hansa hotel after breakfast to return to the art gallery where Katie purchased 3 paintings by Barry de Villier, a South African artist who incidentally died this week, March 10, 2020, as I researched his work. We drove along the Skeleton Coast to visit the Cape Cross seal colony and to spend a lovely night at the Cape Cross Lodge, stopping at the wreck of the Zelia, one of the many shipwrecked vessels strewn across the vast coastline. We got an appreciation for the Skeleton Coast rough seas, roaring winds and strong ocean currents, which are primarily responsible for thousands of beached ships along the rugged African coastline.
I'm trying to hold the camera steady here, but really trying to.
130 kilometers later, we arrive at our destination for today. Literally a few yards from the Atlantic Ocean, Cape Cross Lodge presents a unique and serene stop along this vast, untamed and seldom explored wilderness on this skeleton coast. The mix of Cape Dutch and West Coast fishing village architecture is an amazing and unexpected luxury here in the middle of nowhere. The best-known breeding colony of Cape fur seals along the NAMIBIA coast is in this reserve, where the population has grown to more than 100,000 by taking advantage of the rich concentrations of fish in the cold Benguela current. The sight of more than 100,000 seals basking on the beach and frolicking in the surf is impressive to behold, but we did have to deal with overwhelming piles of stinking sea poop. Bringing a handkerchief or a bandana to cover one's nose would have been nice. Filming this amazing sight using my drone gave us a whole new perspective of the magnitude of this colony. Cape fur seals are actually a species of sea lion. Along the Namibian and South African coast there are 24 colonies with a seal population of more than 650,000 animals. These fur seals are so named for their thick pelt. Fur seals have a thick layer of short, soft hair, which is protected by a layer of longer, harder hair. The top layer gets wet, the bottom layer stays dry. The bottom layer, as well as the fat formation under the skin, give the seal a good insulation against the cold Benguela current. Male seals can weigh up to 800 pounds and are very territorial while looking after their harem of 5 to 25 females. Cow seals are a lot smaller than bulls. They only weigh about 170 pounds. Youngsters are normally born in about November, December, and they weigh about 15 pounds. A few days after giving birth, the mother has to return to the sea to feed. During this time, the youngsters are very vulnerable and are hunted by jackals and hyenas. The Portuguese navigator and explorer Diego Sao was in 1484 ordered by King João II as part of the search for the sea route to India and the Spice Islands to advance south into undiscovered regions along the west coast of Africa. While doing so, he was to choose some particularly salient points and claim them for Portugal by setting up on each a stone cross called a padrao. There are 2 stone replicas of this padrao here today. The original is in the Deutsche Historische Museum in Berlin, Germany. The inscription on the padrao reads, in English translation, "In the year 6685 after the creation of the world and 1485 after the birth of Christ, the brilliant, far-sighted King John II of Portugal ordered Diego Sao, knight of his court, to discover this land and to erect this padrao here." An amazing afternoon. I landed the drone and we made our way back to the Cape Cross Lodge for dinner and a well-deserved rest. Tomorrow will be a hard day of some serious four-wheeling through the Mesum crater.